Welcome back to Global News Morning. It's that time of week where we love to check in with our friend, Mr. Matt Lee. And the topic this week, Matt, country living. I was reminded of that the show from the 60s, Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is a life for me. I'm not going to sing the rest of it, though. But yeah, a lot of people, they get to a point in life, maybe they, after the big city living, want to retire to the country or maybe move to the country.
Yeah. So we have seen a lot of that in the last little while. Not only the retirees, we did see a lot of retirees for a long time. They want to come and everybody wants to have that spot where they can just kind of settle down. And we have a lot of amazing things throughout Kingston. And, you know, the country living is now not only for the retirees, but for the people that maybe don't want to live in the city and think that they can either go into the office once a week or once every other week and work from home. So we're starting to see this where people just want a little bit of space.
Yeah.
You know, I think that that's the biggest thing. They want to grow their own vegetables. They want to have a spot where the kids can run and they can be on their own property. They don't have to worry about, you know, going to different spots or if they're closed. I mean, the COVID thing has changed the mindset of a lot of people. And also it's really put the businesses into overdrive that allow people to work from home.
And we're not talking about full-on working farms. We're just talking about space, nice
Space,
home in
1
the
acre,
country.
2 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you have 150 feet frontage and you have 300 feet in depth, I mean, that's a fairly big yard for the kids to play in. I mean, if you want to get into the 10, 15 acres, you know, or into the hobby farms where you're into 25 acres plus, you know, you can do that, you know, and then that's a totally different living. You know, you get into raising beef cattle or chickens or doing all these different things, you can, you know, you can basically kind of, the sky's the limit there.
Well, let's talk about what people need to know.
So, I mean, I think that, you know, we've gone through all these things in regards to country living. I mean, wells and septics, you know, home inspections, age of homes. So you want to get into all of those pieces. You want to know financing. You know, if you're buying a bigger farm, you want to talk to the financer about that as well. So I think that, you know, because if it's over, I think 5 acres, talk to your financer, but you have to they'll do the appraisal on the house in 5 acres and no outbuildings. So if you're buying a 70-acre farm, you know, you want to make sure that either A, they're financing it fully and that you understand it, or that you have that money to make up the difference between the appraisal and the purchase. So, you know, those are different things that you want to kind of address right off the bat. And then if you're working from home, then we have to talk about internet too. I mean, the biggest question that we run into when you're looking outside of the city or outside of towns is, what's the internet provider? So we have a few different internet providers in Kingston or just outside of Kingston. And ExploreNet is one where you put a satellite dish up, and usually what people use is an old TV antenna, and they'll try to get a shot to one of their satellite dishes. So it has to have somebody come out and they look at it. And people say it works very well. I mean, they use it at cottages, they use it at the rural living, they do these different things. KOS is another one, from my understanding, that people use. But we just had some pretty big news, and I mean, Starlink, which is part of SpaceX in the Elon Musk company, has now just brought us into the latitude. So that means that if you want to have basically almost the fastest internet that you can get, you know, you've got 5 and then you've got the bandwidth of this Starlink, you have now have access to that. You just have to get on their waiting list and go from there. This is going to change the way real estate acts. I believe, in my opinion, I think that anybody that says, oh, well, I couldn't buy that house because we didn't have the internet access and they wanted to live on that farm, to me, that it just provides that. I think it's very exciting. And it's exciting on different levels. I mean, this is going to provide internet all over the world to places that have never seen internet before.
To developing countries.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and for us to have this within our own city or our area is huge. So the waterfronts, the farms, the rural properties, all these things that were kind of weighing on people's minds of saying, and I mean, you have people that say, you know, I want Netflix to run properly. You know what I mean? It's like, it could be anything. You know, the kids play video games online. Like, they want their kids to have the best of the best. this just provides it. And my attitude is that if you're thinking of getting a country property or wanting to buy a country property, get on that list for Starlink.
Yeah, there's a huge void to fill here. Elon Musk is a
Oh,
genius.
oh, it's unbelievable. So I think that it's exciting. It's going to change the country living market because we are seeing that work from home attitude like that is fully it's in full force. So this closes that gap to help.
High-speed internet, limitless
That's right.
channels, hockey games, and all that fresh air too.
You got it all.
Yeah.
You got it all. So anyways, I think it's very exciting, and I hope that helps. If anybody's living in the country that is working from home, I think that is something that should really be looked at.
Absolutely. Matt Lee, we thank you so much. You take care. Be well, my friend.
That's great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Real estate tips brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.